同学们好 Welcome. It is the 11th of January, class 9. We're going to be reviewing the second chunk of the third section and starting the third chunk of the third section today. Let us start with our standing practice. And as usual, this may be the last week we really focus on the one-legged stance, and then we'll go back to bow stance. So arms circled in front of your chest, legs comfortably bent, feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider if you wish. And we'll do a couple of minutes here. Head up, pushing up, light, energetic. Feel your shoulders sinking away from the head, elbows dropping. Absorb the chest and round the back. Relax the waist, sinking the hips straight down. Feel the weight even on your feet. We say over the bubbling well, so front, back, and left, right. Even pressure. And make sure your crotch is rounded. And we'll focus now on breathing. So attend to your breathing and see if you can notice your belly expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you breathe out. And adjust your posture a little and see how your breathing changes. So for example, change the tilt of your pelvis front back, either a bit more forwards or a bit more back, and see if your breathing is easier or whether it tightens up. And if it's easier, go one click further. If it tightens up, go one click back. In the same way, we can adjust our shoulders or adjust our chest or adjust our head angle, because the purpose of practicing our posture and having this posture is so that we can do this natural abdominal breathing, for which the tagline is sinking the qi to the dantian, but that just means natural abdominal breathing. If you don't have time to do this every day, which you may well not do, what I find is quite fun is if you go for a walk, as you're doing your walk, see if you can find these posture checks as you're walking. So let's change to an empty stance. So open one foot to the corner, bring the other one forward, center line 2 sides. Let's touch with the ball. Turn your chest to the corner, but keep your gaze to the front. Head up, elbows down, shoulders down. Absorb the chest by pulling out at the elbows. Relax the waist. Feel your weight on the back foot, 70% on the back foot. Weight over the bubbling well on the back foot. So your hip should be over the back foot. You've got 30% on the front foot, so make sure that you've got some rooting in the front. Fold forward your torso a little bit if you need a little bit more resistance on the front foot. So now let's straighten the back leg. Keep looking straight ahead in the direction of the camera. Straighten the leg. If you are there today, keep your foot back or bring it in, touching with the toe to maintain your balance. Or if your balance is good today, you can try lifting up your leg. Whichever posture works for you today. Head up. Drop the shoulders, sink the elbows. Absorb the chest, so feel that rounding in the arms. Your chest is to the corner, but you're looking, your nose is straight ahead. Relax the waist. Your standing leg is straight but not locked. Weight over the bubbling well of the standing leg. and your up leg is pointing straight ahead. So there's a 45-degree difference between the standing foot and the up leg, and that's crotch rounded. So sink down and we'll try the other side. We'll start in empty stance. So touch the foot, center line to side, ball touched, chest to the side, but nose to the front. 70% on the back, 30% on the front. Head up, shoulders down, round the back, drop the waist. Feel the weight on the back foot, the whole of the back foot, but also 30% on the ball of the front foot. See if you can find abdominal breathing. How open and easy is your breathing in your belly. Now let's go to one leg stance from here. Straighten the back leg. Draw the front leg in a bit to maintain your balance. Your balance is good. Bring it back. Just touch with the toe to just keep your posture, or if you want, lift the leg. But this is mainly a posture practice, so head up, shoulders down, elbows down. This is, when we're in this posture, so easy for us to get our shoulders up and our elbows up because we're working hard on our balance. And it's counterproductive. Absorb the chest, round the back, so a nice big round circle with the arms. Relax the waist. Standing leg is straight but not locked. Weight over the bubbling well. Crotch rounded, so your up foot, if your leg is up, is turned in slightly towards the standing leg. And we'll finish there. So step forward and stop. There we are. Welcome, Rebecca. Good to see you. And Marion, hello. So good. So today we will be reviewing Golden Rooster number 2. We'll review both Golden Roosters and the transition to step back repulse monkey. That's what we did last week. And then this week we'll be starting with the third chunk, which is after cloud hands, high pat on horse, thrust palm, turn body, cross kick. So that's what's on the menu for today. We'll start with our practice together. So let us practice the second chunk. So we've done the first chunk, which is diagonal single whip, parting wild horse's mane, fair ladies work shuttle. We've done grass bird's tail, and we've come back to single whip. So we are in single whip, and I'll go in the same direction as you, I'm imagining. So for me, the front is over there. So we're in single whip. Beginning of the second chunk of the third section. I will just call the movements. So the second chunk is cloud hands, snake creeps down. Cloud hands. 1. 2. 3. Single whip. Snake creeps down. Golden rooster stands on one leg. 1. 2. 'Step back, repulse monkey. 1. 2. 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands, step forward. White crane, spreads its wings. Left brush knee. Needle at C bottom. Fan through the back. Turn body. White snake spits out its tongue. Step forward. Parry, block, and punch. Step up, grasp bird's tail. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. And that's the end of the second chunk. From here, we'll go into cloud hands and the movements we're going to be learning today. So let's practice that again. I'll turn around and Tessie has joined us and Laura has joined us. Hello, great to see you guys. Okay, so we are at the beginning of the second chunk. So we're in single whip and we're going to go into cloud hands. Okay, let's start over here. So single whip. Beginning with the second chunk of the third section, cloud hands. 1. Close and step, shoulder width apart. Ward off, grab, pull with the arms, turn over as you step to the left, double wide. Ward off, grab, pull, step single whip. Number 3, step double wide, then step to the corner with the right foot into single whip. Snake creeps down, yield forward, slightly open the back toe, shift back your weight, left hand in, sink, left hand down, forward, left hand down the left leg. Golden rooster, 0, shift forward your weight, bring the back foot back into a bow stance. You're now back into single whip position. 1, open the left toe, grab with the left arm. 2, shift forward your weight, left arm in a bit, right arm to the right leg, and then lift with the right arm, push down with the left. Chest is to the left corner. Number 2, sink. Step behind you, center line to sides, right arm is straight ahead of you. Shift your weight, pivot on the left heel, pull in the right arm, press down with the right, lift with the left. Step back, repulse monkey. Step back with the left leg, stretch out your left arm horizontally as your right arm swings to the side, foot flat, arm by the shoulder. Press out with the right arm, pull with the left. That's 1. Now let's just keep going. Number 2. Repulse monkey number 3. Diagonal flying. Shift your weight back. Arm circle left, under, right. Step out behind you into a bow stance to the corner. Shift your weight. Right arm swings up. Right arm to the corner, looking to the corner. Raise hand. Shift your weight forward. Bring the left foot in. Center line to side. Shift your weight back. Pick up the right foot. Change to a heel touch. And the arms close. White crane, shifting your weight back, rotate both arms, palms facing each other. Pull down with both arms, look to the side as the arms close, look to the corner. Arms open above your head, right hand above your head, left hand by the left leg. Left brush knee. Circle, step wider into a bow stance as the arms come to the side, brush and push. Needle at sea bottom, shift forward your weight, pull back with the right arm, push with the left heel. Change footwork to left ball, right arm straight out from the shoulder when you finish your right arms at 45 degrees. Fan through the back. Start raising your arm when the right arm is horizontal. Press with the left palm on the right forearm. Keep pressing out as you step out into a bow stance. Pull with the left palm to the temple, right palm to the temple. Turn body, white snake. Shift your weight to the right. Press down with the right arm, left arm over the head. Left foot goes to the corner. Sit back on the left leg. Left arm to the shoulder, strike out with the right and show the snake's tongue at the last minute. Shift forward your weight, strike out with the left arm, right palm by the right hip. Parry, block, and punch. Roll the right arm up, roll over the left arm, parry down with the right arm, step center line to side. Second parry as you're on the right foot, step out, bow stance, left foot, and punch. Step up, grasp bird's tail, shift weight back slightly, open both arms. Now grab and pull with the left as the right arm closes under the left. You're stepping into a bow stance with the right foot, ward off, right. Roll back, arms rotate as you start turning to the corner, shift the weight back with body turning, roll back to the left. Press, close the left palm onto the right forearm, pressing out. Push, flatten the palms, square the chest, push back, palms come back horizontally, drop in front of your ribs, and push out again. Single whip, flatten the palms, pull, the right foot turns 135 degrees, arms to the left side, arms come back, make a hook to the right front corner, step out, heel touch, single whip, and stop. So, are there any questions? I'd like to watch you practice just a few of these things. So there's a few things that that I noticed that'll be really helpful that I'll point out as I go through. But we'll review all of these. So the first thing that I just want to make sure we're all on the same page is very, very basic stuff. So single whip. We're in a bow stance, and we're 60% on the front, 40% on the back. So what I've noticed is that some of us, it looks as if we are leaning a little bit forward. So make sure that you've got 40% of your weight in the back. So it's not 50-50, but it's not mostly to the front as well. And then the other thing is, if your shoulder allows it, try and lift your wrist so that your wrist is about neck height. And again, I don't know where your cameras are, so you may be perfect and it looks different to me. So that's the first thing. Then in Snake Creeps Down, I just wanted to, this was the week before last, but let's just review the sequence of movements, because what I'd like to make sure we're clear about is what happens with what. How do we coordinate the lower and the upper body, right? Okay, so I'll face in the same direction as you to begin with. So we're in single whip. So one is we open the back heel. That's one. Two, shift back weight and the left arm comes in. So that's just moving back. Three is you're sinking down as much as you can go, which might just be, and as much as you can go means so that your knee and back toe remain aligned. So that's could be a 1/16 of an inch. That's number three. And then number four, your torso is going down and your arm is going down the side of your leg. So let's just do those together a couple of times. So one, open the back foot. Two, shift weight back, pull the left arm in. Three, sink down, left arm down to the hip. Four, move forward, left arm down the leg. So the movement of the arm is in, down, and diagonally down. Yes, Judy.
I have a Question about what you do to keep your tushy from sticking out.
Yes.
Famous Chinese expression.
Yes, yes. Um, I I I think the most important thing is, I mean, the fancy way of rephrasing what you're saying is, how do we maintain our structure, right? And I think the answer is, don't try to move too far, because if we are here and we try to go lower, we end up sticking our tush out. And actually, what probably is happening for you when you do that is you're also compromising your knee at the same time. So don't feel as if you have to, you can probably shift your weight back a bit. Don't feel you have to go down very low at all. Just go down as much as you can. You can just feel a little bit of movement, but not as much to compromise your structure. And then then the other one again here is when we are here, move your body in this plane, not in this direction, because this is what's going to happen if you do that. And again, going in the direction of your front leg, it's a question of how much mobility you have today in your lateral movement of your lumbar spine. And if you don't have a lot of lateral movement, that's just where it is. So don't feel you have to do a lot. Does that answer the question? Okay.
That was, when you did that, it was lovely to see really how straight you were. Thank you. That was helpful.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. The same kind of thing I want to do with golden rooster. And again, I'm going to probably say more about the hands than the arms and the hands, because I can't see more about the arms and the feet. But so we've ended up in snake creeps down here. Let's go into zero. So zero is just back into single whip. So we're going to start in single whip, and we're going to do golden rooster from here. So one is with body turning, you open your left toe and the left arm opens to the side. So actually it's your body that's turning, that's opening the toe and the arm. This is one. Two, you're going to shift. So this is one. Two, you're going to shift forward. As you shift forward, the right arm is going to come down and the left arm is going to start coming in. So I want to be clear that the left arm comes in and then presses down. So the left arm comes in and then presses down. This arm is going to come down in front of the hip and then lifts up. So let's do that, and then I'll do it from the front direction. So we've come up from snake creeps down. So one, open the left toe and grab with the left hand. Two, start shifting forward. Your chest is square. Your left arm has come in. Your right palm is sitting by your right thigh, and it's in a lifting position. That's two. Three, press down with the left and lift with the right. And when you're finished, your chest is to the corner, to the left corner. So as you've done this from here, I want you to observe that your chest has turned through more than 90 degrees, because you start with your chest open to the right. You're going to pull. Here your chest is about square. As you stand up, your chest is going to go to the other corner. And it's the turning of actually it's the waist that turns the chest, that turns the arms. The other thing I want to underline for some of us is the right arm. So I want to show you from this direction. So we've come up from snake creeps down. So one is open. This right arm is going to come down, and it's essentially moving in this plane. It doesn't come in and then go out. or it doesn't come out and then comes in. It just drops straight down and comes back up again. It just drops straight down, gets ready to lift, and then lifts. And you finish with your fingertips up, which is like reminding yourself, I'm lifting somebody here. Any questions about that? Okay, let's do Golden Rooster number 2. Yes, Marion.
And you, do you, I know you end with your shoulders turned to the left when you're raising your hand. Do you wait until you're ready to raise the right hand and make that final turn to the left with your upper body? Is that when you really kind of turn to the side, or do you start turning as you start moving your weight forward to the left towards the front?
It's continuous.
Okay.
So if you think about our essential principle, practice continuously without interruption. So the energy, you know, from here, you can see my chest is to the square. I'm opening, I'm coming forward, and I'm lifting. My chest turn never stops. And you can actually see that what's driven it is my hip, because when you're here, your right hip is behind your left hip. When you finished, your right hip is in front of your left hip. So actually, it's the hip movement that is driving all of this.
So that kind of implies really that when the hip starts forward, you're already to the side. It looks like to me, that's what it looks like.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so in general, our movements start at the feet, go through the legs, are distributed through the waist, and then the arms. But in practice, everything's going pretty much at the same time. Okay, so we've done Golden Rooster number 1. So we're standing on our left leg here. So 1 is we step back and the right arm straightens out. So this is 1. Actually, I'm going to turn around. So 1, I step back. 2, I'm going to pull in. This time it's my right arm is going to start coming in, and my left hand is going to go into lifting position. This is 2. 3, left hand lifts, right hand presses down. So this is the same as the first Golden Rooster, but just on the other side. So let's just do that together. So we're starting here, standing on the left leg, left arm is up, right hand is up, left hand by the left hip. So 1, step back, straighten the arm, the right arm. 2, shift back weight, turn the chest, pull the right palm in, right arm starts bending, left palm is in lifting shape. 3, stand up, press down with the right, lift with the left. One distinction I want to make is how far you step back. So when you are here in number 2 and you step back to number 3, don't feel you have to step back very far. Because you may recall when we do step back repulse monkey, let's say we're here and we're going to do step back repulse monkey, we try and step back quite far so that we get more of a pull here. But with Golden Rooster, because we're going vertically, not laterally or not forwards back, don't feel you have to step back very far. Just step back a little. So let's do those 2 together. So we're in single whip. We're going to go into Golden Rooster 1 and 2. So 1, open the left toe, grab with the left hand. 2, start bending the left arm, right arm comes down, shift the weight forward. 3, stand up. Number 2, sink, step, right arm flat. Pull back with the right, lift with the left. The end. Let's do step back repulse monkey, and then we'll combine these. So step back repulse monkey. You know the movement, but it's always the transition that's a bear. So we are here in Golden Rooster. So we're going to sink and step back. And two things are going to, as we're going to step back, we're going to step back, left foot center line, two sides. So that's a standard step here. But what we're going to do with our hands is what's sometimes tricky. The left arm is just going to rotate so that the left arm is straight out, palm up. As we step back, left arm straight out, palm up. The right arm is going to swing out to the side because we're going to do step back repulse monkey. So from here, sink, rotate the left, swing out the right, touch with the toe. As you shift the left foot flat, right palm comes in front of the right shoulder, left arm is still out, palm up. Shifting back your weight, pivot on the right heel, pull with the left, strike with the right. So let's combine those three. We're in single whip, going into golden rooster. 1, shift back weight, open the left toe, grab with the left hand. 2, shift forward weight, right palm to right hip, bend the left arm a bit, press down with the left, lift with the right, right fingertips up. Golden rooster number 2, sink, step behind you, right arm horizontal. 2, pull back, right arm starts coming in, left palm lifting, then press down with the right, lift with the left, leg up. Repulse monkey, sink, rotate the left arm, swing out the right arm, step behind you. Foot flattens, arm in front of the right arm in front of the shoulder, pivot on the right heel, pull with the left, strike with the right. Let me just watch you do that. Yeah, so what I'm really, I can see that you know, you're thinking about what's happening. So I can see the lifts, I can see the step backs. Just a few small things, just to be precise about. Unfortunately, it's the same everywhere in the form. I want you to pay attention to your hand shapes. So the hand, when it's by the side of your hip, it's parallel to the ground. The fingertips are pointing forwards. So it's like this. One of the expressions is like your fingertips are your headlights. So they're here. So they're like that here. And you know, this is the same as, you know, when we're doing left and right brush knee. Same thing with the left. With the right, when we do with the lift, what I'd like to see, some of us, it's not, the hand seems to be like this, it's lifting. So make sure that your fingertips are vertical and there's a little sit in your wrist so that the palm is almost straight forward back, but it's lifting like that. Yes, yes. So, you know, if you've got or if you had a teenage son, just think whack, you know, so this is what the shape you want. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's quickly review turn body. White snake spits out its tongue. What was actually working really well was I was seeing the punch and fingertips open was working really nicely. Because very often there's a temptation to start too soon or to, you know, go out too far. What I was seeing was a very nice shape here. The one thing that I just want to review actually is the same as turn body chop with fist, which is some of us are not quite clear about the arm movements going round. So what's where when we go around with the arms? Okay, so we are in fan through the back. So we're here. So if you're facing the screen, you're in fan through the back, left bow stance. I'm going to turn around. So 1 is shift back and press down with the right arm. So the right arm is pressing down in front of your thumb and it's making a circle. And this is where you're finished. This is 1. So the right palm is in front of your stomach. The left palm is over your forehead. We're pretty good on this. The trick now is number 2. Shift back. The left palm comes in front of your left shoulder. and you're chopping out with the right hand. So this is the position that I want you to be very clear about, that the left palm is in front of the left shoulder, and then you strike out. What I was seeing with some of us is something more like the left arm would come out to here, would sort of hang around here, and then would strike. So I want you to be very clear that from here, it comes down in front of the shoulder and then strikes out straight from the shoulder. So let's just do that together once, because this one's looking nice. Okay, turn body white snake, shift back weight, push down with the left. Sorry, circle with the left, right arm pushes down in front of the tummy. 2, shift back your weight, left arm in front of left shoulder as you chop. Open the hand. So now from here, shift forward, weight, right hand comes in, left hand strikes out. Yes, very nice. Yeah. And actually, one of the nice things I'm seeing too, which is really very, very good to see, is I'm seeing that what folks are doing is here you've got a nice strike, because you want to have a lean in your torso. It's not like this. And I'm actually seeing this, which is great. So good work on that. Okay. Are there any questions?
So it's when your heel roots that your fingers open. Is that correct?
Yes. So it's yes, as your foot touches and as you root, it opens. Exactly right, Veronica. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can
Judy.
you review the transition from left golden rooster 2 to repulse monkey?
Yes. Okay. So we are on our right, we're standing on the right leg. So left hand is up. So we are going to step back. Left arm comes out, right arm circles. Shifting back, right arm comes in front of the shoulder, and then pivot on the heel as you strike out with the right and pull with the left. Got that? Great. Okay. So we are now going to talk about we're in the third chunk of the third section. It starts with cloud hands, and then it is high pat on horse, thrust palm. I'm not going to do cloud hands now. We'll practice it. There'll hopefully be a little bit of time at the end. We'll do the whole thing, or the beginning of it. So I'm going to skip the cloud hands for now. We're going to start with high pat on horse, and then we're going to do thrust palm. So let's just first review high pat on horse. So we've done cloud hands, and we're in single whip, right? Let's do it this side. So high pat on horse, shift weight back, rotate the left arm, open the hook on the right arm. That's 1. 2, shift back your weight even more. Your front toe lifts. 3, you lift the foot, bring it in, and strike out. So the footwork, we're starting in a bow stance, and we're going to go in an empty stance ball touch. So what we're doing is we're shifting the weight back, shift, 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 pick up, bring the foot in a little bit, ball touch. The arm movements, as we shift back our weight, the left arm rotates from palm out to palm up. The right arm releases the hook. The right arm sits a little bit. As we keep shifting our weight, the right hand comes in front of the chest. Lift up the left foot, root, and strike. And here, just to remind you of a few things, the energy point is the outside of the palm. The right arm is rounded in front of your body. You are striking at your opponent's neck. So the right arm is roughly this shape as you're striking out. The right palm is sitting slightly, so don't have your palm level with your elbow. If you strike somebody here, you'll probably break your wrist. Put a little bend in it. And then last, but certainly not least, the left arm. So as we pull in with the left arm, remember that the left arm is at a diagonal. So it's not square like this, and it's not behind you like this. It's at a diagonal so that you can have this shape. And your palm is at about the bottom of your ribs. So this is high pat. So this is a movement, you know. I just wanted to review the fundamentals of that movement. From here, we're going to do thrust palm. So let me just show you thrust palm. So we go into high pat on horse. So this is thrust palm. What happens with thrust palm? So remember, we started in a bow stance. We went into an empty stance. We're going to go back into a bow stance. So what's going to happen with this one in high path on horse, we're in an empty stance. We're going to shift our weight back a little bit so that we can release the front foot, pick it up, and just put it down, shoulder width apart, and move forward into a bow stance. So the footwork is start in an empty stance, shift back your weight to release the front foot, step wider, shift forward, bow stance. That's the footwork. Arm movements. We're in high path on horse. As you step forward, your right arm is going to come in and your left arm is going to go out. I'll do it this side. So we're in high path on horse. Shift back weight, step out. As you are rooting, you can start striking. The right arm comes under the left arm goes straight out. What I want you to think about is that this, you are going for your opponent's neck with your tiger's mouth. So this part of your hand is about neck height. So your arm is up a little bit. The right arm, I'll show the application with Susan in a minute. The right arm is under the left upper arm. One way to think about it, if you've got a loose blouse, you can feel your blouse. You know, don't press your hand up against your upper arm, but it's up here, and it's quite close in like this. Let me do the application, then we'll talk about the details. Okay. Actually, I think this way around. Yep. Okay. So one way of thinking about this is the thrust palm is your second attack. It's plan B. So Susan grabs my wrist. Plan A is to change. So this is why my arm rotates. I'm changing so that I'm now controlling her hand. I pull her in and I strike to her throat. This is high pat on horse. Plan A failed because Susan is blocking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab her arm here and strike her neck. This is plan B. So let's come in a little bit so that folks can see. So here. So I'm going to, this is high pat on horse. Susan, can you take your arm away? I promise I won't hit you. So this is plan A, but Susan blocks. I'm going to grab here. So this is why I want you to think about this arm is quite close, because this arm of hers is quite close. And then I'm going to slide my hand up And go for her throat. Thank you, Susan. So essentially what's happening is plan A, plan B, plan A, plan B. Let's do that together a few times.
I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead, Rebecca.
The plan B is with the tiger mouth. That's
Yes.
what that. Okay.
Yeah, it's underneath here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're in single whip. High path on horse, shift back, wait, rotate the arms, release the hook, keep shifting back, right arm to the shoulder, ball touch, and strike out. Thrust palm, release the weight, lift the front foot, touch. As you start rooting, shift forward with the body weight, the left arm goes straight out, the right arm is under the left forearm. Again. So we're in single whip. High path on horse, thrust palm. Shift back, weight, rotate the arms, sit the right arm. Bring the left foot in, strike to the throat. Thrust palm, shift weight back, pick up the left foot, step shoulder width apart, shifting weight forward, bring the right arm in and strike out with the left palm. From single whip. High path on horse, shift weight back, rotate the left, sit the right arm. Keep shifting back, right palm to right shoulder, bring in the left foot, ball touch, strike out with the right hand. Check your left arm, your left palm is diagonally in front of your ribs. Your hand is roughly at the bottom of your ribs. Thrust palm, release the weight, pick up the left foot, step out shoulder width. As you move forward, the weight, the right arm comes in, the left arm goes out, and the chest opens slightly. You're looking in the direction of your left hand. One more. High path on horse, thrust palm. Sit back, weight, rotate the arms, release the hook. Bring the right foot in, root and strike. Thrust palm, shift back your weight, release the front foot. Step out, shoulder width apart, right arm comes in and strike. I want to just say something about the body turning. One of the things that we should be careful about is the angle of the chest when we're here, and it's very hard for you to see on video exactly what the chest angle is. So my chest is not square to this direction. My chest is open a little bit to the corner, but it's not open all the way to the corner. One way of checking that your chest is in the right sort of direction is that your forearm is roughly square. So there's roughly a 90-degree angle between, your right forearm and your left arm that's out, because you're grabbing here as you're striking here. Okay. Let's do the next movement, and then we'll practice these together. The next movement is a repeat of a movement you've done before. It's called turn body cross kick. So it's a heel kick. So we're going to start in thrust palm here. Shift back weight, pivot on the left heel through 135 degrees. Then as you shift back weight, rotate both arms, arms cross, heel kick, bend knee. That's it. That's all there is to that. There are a couple of things I want to point out though.
Balance.
So we are going to, I'll start in this direction. So footwork, we're in a bow stance, shift weight back, turn the left foot 135 degrees, shift back weight, pick up the right foot, stand up, kick. Now, one of the things I want to make sure that it's good for you is crotch rounded. We talked about that at the top of the class. So I'm going to start going in this direction just so that I can show you something. So I'm going to turn. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to release this leg. I want you to bring your right leg to in front of your left heel before you lift up. So here you can see I've got 45 degrees between my standing leg and my up leg. And the reason I belabor this point, it's very easy for us to keep our crotch closed when we do this movement, because what tends to happen is we come around, we come to here, we just release the right leg and lift it up to here. And you can see my leg is in the wrong place. My leg needs to be here, not here, but 45 degrees, crotch rounded. So make sure that you have crotch rounded.
Oh.
Let's do that a few times. We're in thrust palm. Shift weight back, pivot on the left heel. Arms don't change. You're now facing the corner. As you sit back, rotate the right arm and bring your arms into a cross position. Your chest is to the corner. Stand up, kick, bend knee. Again. We've done thrust palm. Shift back weight. Pivot on the left heel. 135 degrees. Sit back, arms crossed. Stand up. Check that you've got crotch rounded. Heel kick. Bend knee. Again. We've done thrust palm. We're in a bow stance. 1. Shift back, weight, pivot on the left heel, arms don't change. 2. Shift back, weight, rotate the right arm, bring the left arm down a bit, arms crossed, stand up, heel kick, bend knee. Again.
I'm wobbly.
Cross kick, shift back, weight, pivot. Sit back, arms crossed, your arms are to the corner. Stand up, make sure your crotch is rounded, and kick. The thing that I should answer in advance is that we call this cross kick. It's just a heel kick. It's the way we always do a heel kick. Apparently this changed when Grandmaster Yang Chengfu was sort of in his middle to late period. He changed this. It used to be that the kick, you can do the heel kick in all sorts of different ways, and this was actually a heel kick this way. So, you know, if you think about this is a cross shape, if you just look at the arms and the torso. And so this is what the kick used to look like at the end. But now we just finish like a normal heel kick with the kicking arm and kicking leg in the same direction and the back arm off by 135 degrees to the back corner. Are there any questions? Okay, let me watch you do those two movements. The one thing that I just wanted to make sure that we're clear on is the arm movements and the coordination with the feet as we go from high path on horse to thrust palm. So let's just review that again once. So with high path on horse, 1, we start shifting back our weight. We release the hook and turn the front palm up. As we shift back to here, the right palm is in front of the shoulder. Then as we bring the right foot in, the left arm comes in and the right goes out. Then from here, we're going to step wider and then just one arm comes forward and the other one goes back. Yes, that's looking good. Don't open your chest too far like this. Try and keep it closed a little bit more so that the front of your arm is more or less in the square direction, like this. Yeah, like that. Okay, so we're not going to have time to do the whole of the chunk that we've learned so far, but let's just, in the last 2 minutes, do these 2 movements, 2.5 movements, I guess, a few more times together. Let's just fix them in our minds. So we're going to start in where we've done cloud hands. We're in single whip. High pat on horse, shift back weight, bring the right arm in, ball touch with the left, strike out with the right arm. Thrust palm, release the front foot, step wider, shift forward weight, right arm comes in, left arm strikes out. Turn body cross kick, shift your weight back onto the right, pivot the left heel 135 degrees, arms don't change. Now sit back your weight, rotate the right arm, make sure your crotch is rounded before you stand up and kick. Do it this direction. High pat on horse, we've done. We're going to do high pat on horse, thrust palm. High pat, thrust palm. Shift back weight, step wider into a bow stance, thrust palm. Turn body cross kick, shift back weight, pivot 135 degrees. Shift back onto the left, rotate the right arm, stand up, crotch rounded, kick, and bend knee. Let us stop there. If there are any questions, please stay after class, but I've already run long. I apologize. But thank you all for practicing with me. I hope to see you again next week. We'll close class, and then I'll just do the announcements. 同学们，再见。
而是
I'm sure, 再见。